Hey guys, what's up? It's Finch here, and we're back. Today we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be making a tier list for all the Pokemon going to be released in Crown Tundra. I do want to note that this list does lack some alternate forms. For example, you might see things like Landorus and Tornadus and Thundurus here, but you don't see the Therian forms. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to rank those, but I will try to give my thoughts on them either in this video or another video, so be sure to hit the like button if you want me to make a specific video on other forms. Same goes for the forms of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, but for those I know a bit less about, so I think I want to make more of a dedicated video to them in the future as well, if the support is there, once we know everything, and once because I feel like a lot's already out there, but I just haven't done my research yet, so yeah, I want to get this out there because so many people are hyped up about the Crown Tundra release. It's going to be in the middle of October, which is this month, guys. It's October 1st today as I'm recording this, and it'll be either the 2nd or 3rd when this comes out, so yeah. There's just a lot of things to be excited about, so we're going to be ranking everything. I put all of the conventional Uber Pokemon already in S tier just because they all belong in S tier. I'll just go through them one by one. Xerneas is one of, if not the most powerful Pokemon ever, with Geomancy and Moonblast. I mean, it has some nice coverage as well, Focus Blast. It has an amazing ability, Fairy Aura, makes it so strong. I believe that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. And, I mean, it also has nice utility moves like Rest. You can run Choice Specs and Choice Scarf as well. I mean, it basically amazingly versatile and amazingly potent while being very bulky and unmatched levels of strength. So, all things considered, Xerneas is as close as you're going to get to a perfect Pokemon without like Mega Rayquaza or Arceus in the picture, which I don't believe Arceus was released. So yeah. Then we have the two Generation 3 Hoenn weather inducers, which in my eyes are basically 1A and 1B in terms of, like amazing weather setters in Ubers. Kyogre, of course, is a devastatingly strong special attacker with Rain, whereas as for Groudon, it's more of a physical attacker, but it's great physical bulk as well. It sets up Sun, so yeah. Yveltal, Rayquaza, Ho-Oh, and Lugia, the new quad of Pokemon are going to be abusing heavy-duty boots in Ubers, which is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be great seeing all these Pokemon roam free. Yveltal is a devastatingly strong special attacker, specifically with its dark moves and very cool signature move, Oblivion Wing. It also has moves like Taunt, so yeah. Just a very useful kind of like half Stall Breaker, half Breaker Pokemon, if that makes sense. Then on top of that, we also have Rayquaza, which is just a potent attacker on both sides of the spectrum. It might be a bit more frail, has some weaknesses, but that's fine. It'll get by. And then Ho-Oh, the Great Wall with Regenerator and whatnot. It could also be a Choice Band attacking Pokemon. And then Lugia is the real Great Wall. I believe it has multi-scale. Now Boots can make it very bulky. There's a ton of utility options. So yeah, that's cool. Giratina, I believe both forms you could use through the item. Gracious Orb. One's really offensive, one's really bulky, but both honestly have natural bulk and offensive prowess regardless, and they're both solid. Genesect, it's been kind of hit or miss in Ubers. It's really good in Gen 5, but less effective the last two generations Ubers, but it's still a really amazing Pokemon that always breaks OU. Even if you ask the most kind of out-of-it player that played like 5 years ago in Gen 5 or 6, then I'm like, oh yeah, Genesect losing to it was so broken, and it goes without saying. And download plus all of those attacking options with that stat spread and that typing, it's just too much. Naganadel, maybe some people are saying it should be balanced this gen. I don't see it at all. Even with Z-moves last generation making it better, it was still ridiculous no you. It's just a faster, stronger Hydreigon with, yeah, it's a little more frail, a little less effective typing-wise, but I mean, it's just way too good. If it was 30 points slower, I'd say, yeah, definitely OU, but nah, it's too good in my eyes. Then we have the Dialga, Palkia, Pokemon that have kind of settled down in Ubers. They're really good in Gen 4 when they came out, and even viable in Gen 5, of course, but over the time, I feel like they've kind of come to more niche options. For example, Dialga has a nice defensive typing, which helps check some specific handful of things, and Palkia is good against opposing Kyogre, but that aside, they're really not great. And then Pheromosa, which it's had a couple spare moments of viability in Uber's last generation, as far as I can tell, but it was never like standout good. And because of that, we saw the kind of demise of Pheromosa, but it was really broken low you and probably lasted in the tier 2 long last generation. So yeah. But with that said, now we're gonna go through the list. We got north of 50 Pokemon here, I think. Yeah, no, we got a whole other row and a half one. Alright, so this should be good. Let me just check my time here. We're only at the 4-minute mark, so we should be fine. So, let's get going. First off, it's going to be Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Now, see, I am probably going to end up editing these tier lists as I go. I'm doing this completely live on the spot, but as for now, I view both these Pokemon as great. I think Nidoking will probably be fringe OU viable, and Nidoqueen will be great in UU. Sheer Force makes them super strong. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're both B tier. They have some great attacking options like Earth Power, Poison Jab, or Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Mega Horn, even Sucker Punch for Nidoking, I believe. Yeah, I think instead of Spikes, Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rock. The ability to be resistant to Fairy, be resistant to Fighting, and immune to Electric can go a long way. Also absorb opposing Toxic Spikes, and again with Sheer Force plus Life Orb and all these moves makes him very strong. Nidoqueen's also quite bulky. Nidoking's a bit frailer, but still can get the job done. And yeah, no, they're both great. Kind of anti-Clefable / Toxapex / bulky grass options in OU, which would be cool, but they'll probably settle more into UU, or even in Nidoqueen's case, we've seen it dabble in RU a couple generations. It's also been kind of controversial there, but yeah, I think both will see usage in UU. Maybe Nidoking a little bit here and there in OU, so we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Jinx. Jinx is a weird case. Unfortunately, it's been really held back by the presence of Pursuit the last couple of generations, specifically when it saw consistent viability in tiers like NU over like generations 5, 6, 7-ish kind of time, and I feel as if they're things like Pursuit Sneasel or faster Pursuit uses, whatever was kind of the flavor of the tier, Light Bar, etc. Definitely held it back. Aerodactyl from last generation and really limited it. It was definitely very viable in Generation 6 though. I feel as if the lack of Pursuit will help it, but it's still, while it can abuse heavy duty boots, lack of Pursuit, it's still not a great Pokemon. I don't even think it's relatively fast for now in lower tier standards nowadays due to the speed creep that's come over generations. Because of that, I'm gonna put it in D rank, but I could easily see it move to lower C rank, so definitely stay tuned for that. Speaking of Pokemon that'll be in C or D rank, we have Omastar and Kabutops next. Omastar is a really dynamic rain abuser with Swift Swim and a ton of special attack, and also it can be a great spike setter to get a nice physical bulk, but ultimately, I'm just not huge on it. I think it more is C tier than B tier. You could argue for that, but I think that it'll reside in kind of like an RU type of set. It does have a lot of utility. It brings a lot to the table, so that'll be interesting, but it's still pretty limited in what it could do. It's got some very big weaknesses in the special end, especially it does a lot of neutral, strong special attacks, and not to mention super effective ones. Take a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch or a Gauge Drain, Leaf Storm, Focus Blast, etc. It's dying no matter what's using it, basically. So yeah, and I feel as if Kabutops, which is kind of a bit of a companion to it in a sense, as it uses Rapid Spin, same typing, but is more physically offensive, and it does have the ability to abuse System, but it also has weak armor, which can help it if it switches into a resistant physical attack like a Flare Blitz or neutral one like a U-turn, and that's helpful. But ultimately, the lack of spikes and maybe the lack of raw power right off the bat puts it a little bit behind Omastar in my eye, especially because Omastar, I believe, has Shell Smash, so that can go a long way. Next up, we have Aerodactyl, which has been kind of a hit or miss Pokemon. I mean, Gen 3, for example, Aerodactyl was an amazing OU Pokemon, but you could say, hey, Jinx was really good in OU in Gen 1, and even pretty good in Gen 2 as well, with fringe viability in Gen 3, like, yeah, I feel you there. Aerodactyl even held out viability in Gen 4, and even was used sporadically with Suicide Lead in Gen 5, although that trend has died out, but truth be told, without Mega Evolutions, Aerodactyl has definitely taken a pretty big hit, and because of that, I'm going to go ahead and put it ahead of Jinx, but behind the two other rock types. And I think this might be a bit controversial, but I'm sticking with it. It does have heavy duty boost, but also without choice band is pretty weak, and it doesn't have Pursuit to trap things, which is one of the niches had in the lower tiers last generation, so it's pretty limited. Pressure is a cool ability, but it's not the best abuser of it. And speaking of boots using pressure users, the next three Pokemon, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, are all in the picture. Now, first off, I'm going to go ahead and take Zapdos first. It's been an OU Pokemon for a long time now. It's great typing. It also gets access to Hurricane finally. Boots going to make it so good. I feel like it's definitely going to be one of the better OU Pokemon. It finally gives us another Defogger alongside Mandibuzz, Mantine, and Corviknight, which is great. And on top of that, it's able to wall things, able to be a pivot, hit pretty hard. It offers a ton, and I'm really curious to see what it does. So it's definitely an A-rank. As for Articuno, it still is a pretty crappy defensive typing, but with heavy duty boots, it's at least it retains some viability. I'm actually going to go ahead and put it ahead of Aerodactyl because of that. I'm tempted to put it in C even, but I don't want to jump the gun quite yet. I think that boots are going to help it a lot, but it's still going to be, at best, an RU up and probably more of a good NU Pokemon. It does have some great offensive potential between Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, and Hurricane. It can run agility sets, offensively, it can run Defog sets, it has Heal Bell, so there's a lot of utility there. It's just, it's still taking a lot of damage from a lot of things super effectively, whatnot. Ice is a terrible defensive typing, and it's a defensive Pokemon. So yeah, Moltres, on the other hand, I'm actually going to move all the way up to lower B, behind Nidoking and Nidoqueen. I think it might actually have some OU viability this generation with boots. It's going to wall things like Tapu Bulu, which are going to come around, we'll see later. Potentially a rock move, Buzzwole as well, Celesteal without a rock move, etc. But it has to be careful switching into knockoff from things like Rillaboom and Kartana, and even Clefable, which otherwise we'll be able to deal with quite nicely. So yeah, you got to be careful there. There's definitely some restraint, but I still believe wholeheartedly that Moltres not only will be viable in OU, but also pretty decent, and it's probably going to shine brightest in UU. I don't think it'll fall to RU this generation due to boots. I think it'll be pretty solid, and I'm kind of feeling similarly about Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and move Dragonite actually above both of the Nidos, just because, well, Dragonite has been not great in OU the last couple generations. It still had some fringe viability with setup sets on hyper offensive teams, or the Dragon Dance Mono Fly set with Magnezone support, which probably will be viable this generation, honestly, especially if people are able to find a way to abuse Toxapex. But on top of all of that, Heavy Duty Boots is great. It lets it abuse its move pool in a wide spectrum of sets quite nicely, and I feel like it's always going to be too much for UU. Even without Z moves this generation, Boots just kind of gives it something else that's going to make it very viable, and because of that, I'm pretty high on it. Next up, we have Crobat. One of my favorite Pokemon from in-game long ago. Didn't quite crack my top 10 list that I put on my channel a while back, but definitely would be within my top 25 somewhere. With that said, though, Crobat, while it does gain Heavy Duty Boots, I feel as if it's still in desire of a lot more. It's a very easy Pokemon to knock off. It doesn't have much in terms of offensive coverage, but it does have access to running special sets now. Nasty Plot, I believe it gains Hurricane now. All of that, it's really tough to put it ahead of the other poisons in B tier or behind them. Ultimately, I'm going to settle on putting it behind them. I just don't feel like Crobat's ever going to hit staple status. UU, I think it's more of a fringe viable UU Pokemon. Like, it'll see enough usage just because it's Crobat and it sees a lot of ladder usage, but beyond that, it's hard to say that I can have so much confidence in it, and because of that, I personally put it in B, but you guys can, of course, disagree. You can put it in A and low A, you can put it in high C, whatever the hell you want. That's the beauty of this, and I'd love to see all of your lists, by the way. I posted a thread on Smogon for speculation. Comment there, comment in my comments, whatever it might be. I'll try to leave the link to this in the comment, in the movie description below as well, so yeah, definitely check that out. But anyway, we still have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. We still have over 50 Pokemon to go through, so I'm not going to dilly-dally here. Raiku, Entei, and Suicune, yes, and are next. And yes, you notice there are a lot of legendaries here. We are getting pretty much every legendary besides Arceus, I think. I'm surprised Arceus, regardless of Arceus' release. Yeah, no, a Raiku is next. I'm just going to make sure my sound's alright. Yeah, it looks like we're fine. Well, if you guys are hearing this, then it's fine. If not, then I'm probably throwing a hissy fit right now. Because I'm going to be wasting like an hour of time in this video. It's not going to work. But yeah, hopefully it does work. But anyway, Raiku, I'm going to go ahead, slide it to the top of B. I believe we got access to Scald, which is really cool. It's definitely no Zapdos. It doesn't have the pressure, the same ability to abuse pressure, rather. It doesn't have Hurricane. It doesn't have the ability to abuse Heavy Duty Boots as well, and the defensive profile. But offensively, it's still pretty sound. It's nice coverage now. Oh, actually, lack of hidden power kills it, but Scald kind of helps. But I mean, you still miss out on the ability to like hit Guard Jump or Landorus T for one shot. Hitting things like Swampert or Gas Junk BR is like, you know what? I'm gonna take it back. Yeah, you know what? Because of lack of hidden power, I'm gonna put it behind the Nidos because that's how I'm feeling. I think Raiku will like Scald. I don't think it's gonna be as effective without hidden power Ice. I think Ice is much better complementary coverage, hence Bolt Beam. You know. Next up is Entei, and everyone's like, yo, Boots Entei, it's lit, but I mean, it's still pretty weak without Boots, without Band. Like, think about it. And on top of that, it doesn't have much defensively. Combine sets might be cool, but they're kind of weak off the bat. Physical sets will still be viable, but I mean, with the bulky water is kind of parading through OU and UU right now, I feel like it's more of an RU option. I'm actually going to put it right behind Moltres, honestly. I'm just not high on Entei. I feel like a lot of people have been like hyping it up, but like, I can't see it being usable in OU and probably not even in UU. So yeah, honestly, you know what? I'm sorry, I gotta put it in the top of my C tier. I'm not huge in it. I feel like Moltres is far and away better, with Boots especially. So yeah, next up we have Suicune. I feel like Suicune's gonna thrive this generation. Yeah, Toxapex, Fable, all the grasses in OU, I get it, but it's still Suicune. I feel it's gonna be very viable in OU. It's probably gonna be a good UU Pokemon. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it, you know, top of B is better. I was gonna put it behind Zapdos Nay, and I get that B is getting a bit lengthy, but that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put it there for now. These tiers, I mean, it's technically not Ubers, OU, UU, RU, NU, but like they're kind of sorting out to be that way, I guess. So I'm fine with that if you guys are, and I guess you guys are because you're still watching this video. If you're hearing this, if not, then let me know in the comment. You know, type in the comments, hey, Finch, stop balding, get better at Pokemon, you stuck kid, and then I'll know that you guys don't approve of this. So you comment those words verbatim, please do so. Comments help the algorithm. Algorithm helps me. Helping me is great. If you guys support this channel, that means the best. And I like to think I'm helping you guys by putting all this content out. So I feel like it's kind of like this mutual respect we have going for each other. You know, if you feel differently, feel free not to comment though. It's totally chill either way. I just love that you all view these videos regardless. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe if you want. Can't force you to though, so it's chill. And I am going off on a weird tangent that is not about the topics of this video whatsoever. And I feel like I've done this a lot lately too. So, you know, we're going to stop doing that. We're going to discuss the Generation 3 starters, Sceptile, Blaziken, and Swampert. As for Sceptile, it's kind of hovered between RU and NU. Mega Sceptile helped it a little bit in RU last generation, but not really. It was never like standout good. It was just fast and frail with decent coverage, but like didn't hit as hard as you'd like it to, you know. I'm going to say it's going to be top D. I feel like it's going to be an NU Pokemon this generation without Z moves. It's going to run a lot of like Specs, Life Orb, so it'll be good there, but not amazing. There's some things else to wallet. But yeah, no, I think it'll be good in NU. Next up, we have... Oh, without Hidden Power, except I'll take it. Yeah, I'm definitely happy about it in D. Next up, we have Blaziken now. With Speed Boost, it's hard. I don't see Blaziken being an Uber this generation, personally. And I feel like everyone else disagrees. But I feel like it's going to be manageable in OU with Powdon and Slowbro and Toxapex and so on and so forth. Dragapult. I mean, I could go through the list. It doesn't really kill things in one hit very often. I mean, Finny's going to be in the tier again. Landorus T is going to be in the tier. Both Lotties again. You know, Salomon, Victini, Cresselia, just off these lists off the top of my head. Things that could really handle it nicely. I mean, I don't even know if it really can one-shot things like Tapu Koko, which can easily one-shot in return. Zygarde's going to be around and no Hidden Power Ice and yell that. Yeah, I feel like Blaziken's going to be OU. I don't want to rank it alongside its fellow Ubers from last generation. I'm actually going to put it at the top of A rank. Obviously, if it's OU, it's going to be great. Oh, no. Yeah, no, I'm going to put it here. And you know what? I don't regret that whatsoever. I think this is the proper way to handle it. And I feel like this is going to be controversial, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on Blaziken below. But for me, I think it's an OU Pokemon. And I'm going to own that. I'm going to own that for sure. Next up, we have Swampert. Swampert's good, but it's not great. Last generation, it saw some nice usage with offensive sets and defensive sets in UU. And I feel like we'll see more of the same here. I'm going to go ahead and put it... It's definitely above Raiku. It's just a matter of, you know what? I'll put it behind the Nidos. I think they're kind of all in the same tier of viability overall. But Nidos, they offer a lot more offensive potential right now. Ability to soak up Toxapex and be resistant to some really common types like Fairy and Fighting, whereas while Swampert is great against fire types, a lot of them can run grass coverage, even without Hidden Power Grass being on grass. That's a pretty common move. And things like Moltres can run Hurricane, Entei can burn it, etc. You go down the list. There are other fire types as well. But yeah, no, it's going to be really good. Like a Rotom Heat Check at OU, if that means anything to you guys, I guess. I don't think it'll see much OU usage though, so it's unfortunate. Next up, we have Agron. Agron's a really cool Pokemon, but unfortunately, without the Mega Evolution, I feel it's more of like kind of a NUPU type. It definitely can hit really hard. It definitely offers a lot, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and put it all the way in the middle of D rank. You know what? I'll put it behind Jinx just because Jinx got the pretty big improvement without Pursuit, and Agron didn't really get anything as far as I can tell. Maybe he gained a couple special moves that he'll never use because they love giving those to Agron, but truth be told, I can't say I advocate for it too much, and the same can be said for the next couple of Pokemon, unfortunately. Altaria, another Generation 3 Pokemon that a lot of potential, but it's just not great. With heavy-duty boots, it could be helpful, but ultimately, it's more of just a fringe defogger with some utility potential there. Trying to make sure my configuration is fine here. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I think Altaria was more of a PUZU type Pokemon last generation. I see no reason to change it this generation. I think Agron will at least have some NU viability here. Crandilly, again, we're hitting the bottom of the barrel here. It's a cool novelty stealth rocker in tiers like PU, but that's about all you could say. And Armaldo is just maybe a little bit better due to having Rapid Spin, and Rapid Spin getting improved this generation, and also maybe working on like some niche rain teams. But again, it's at best like fringe NU viable, not RU viable PU. Like, I don't know, it's just not great. As we work through a couple more mediocre Pokemon until we get to some more flashy Pokemon here. Absol, I actually think Absol's pretty good. Dark types are great right now. It has all the coverage you need it to have. And its speed tier for any standards is going to be good enough to where I'll put it ahead of Agron. Yeah, no, if it ever moves. There we go. All right, perfect. That's solid. But yeah, as for Absol, Absol's just, it has a lot of, even without Pursuit. It still has coverage, which is cool. Knockoff, Sucker Punch, Superpower, Iron Tail, it can even run Ice Beam or Fire Blast. I think it's Fire Blast, might be Flamethrower. I don't know. Its special attack set isn't great without the Mega, but still, it's able to threaten things and play rough. It just goes a long way, you know. And I get it. It's probably going to require some support, but if you get it in, it could do damage. It's cool. So I'll put it above Agron, which I feel is super limited. Yeah. What else am I trying to think about here? Alright, I think that's all I gotta say on Absol. Sorry, I was blanking there for a minute. Anyway, next up is Walrein. Walrein is gonna be cool with boots and has some utility moves, but honestly, is it really able to do much? Like, it's been a bottom dweller for a long time now, and I feel like it's more of the same here. I can't see it really being used. At least he's spoken of like Stealth Rock, Rapid's been here, you know, nice recovery. This Pokemon's got to rely on rest. I get it, it's got some offensive potential, but even then, it's not strong enough. It's not, you know, great enough. And I think that Relic, it's kind of in the same territory as Cradily, but it lacks recovery move, and in turn it hits harder, but ultimately lack of recovery isn't great, especially because Grass is a better typing with Rock, arguably. So yeah, I know it neutralizes the fire, but you're able to resist Electric, which goes a long way, because there are a lot of random Volt Switchers in lower tiers, I feel. And also, just the recovery aspect of Cradily, it helps a ton. Next up, we have Salomon. Salomon is really cool. I quite like Salomon. Heavy Duty Boost is going to be really nice for it. I think it might see some OU viability, but with Mixed Sets or Dragon Dances and Hyper Offense. I don't think it's going to be OU by usage. I think it'll be UU by usage. I'm going to put it right in front of Dragonite. I think these two are kind of 1A, 1B. I think Salomon's just a little better due to Heavy Duty Boots with Intimidate. I get it, Heavy Duty Boots with Multi-Skill is even more broken, but Salomon's has been a better Pokemon like most of the last generations, and you know what? Salomon's can defog too. Yeah, it's defog, it's like Wishman, so it could be cool with Intimidate, and oh, I'm so conflicted because Dragonite actually has more offensive potential, but Salomon's more defensive. I think they're really in the same tier here. Next up is Metagross. Metagross is going to be really cool. It offers a ton. You know, I'm going to move Suicune to A. It's just, we're having too much. Yeah, I think Suicune, honestly, it might be U Pokemon will be viable enough at OU to where I'm going to give it A, because pressure on it is amazing. And Victini just beats counters that it really should never beat, especially with all the grassy terrain that'll be coming around. So yeah. But I do see some more Pokemon that are going to end up in A rank soon, at least, so we might revert it back. We'll have to wait and see. But speaking of B rank Pokemon, Metagross is next up. Metagross is definitely going to be solid. I like Metagross a lot. Yeah, no Pursuit helps it and hurts it. It can't use it, but also can't get pursued. Choice Band set's going to be cool. Trick is going to be great on this generation, I feel like. It also has options moves like Stealth Rock, run mixed sets, you know, Toxic, physically defensive. I think it's going to be cool, but I don't think the OU really. I think it's still kind of overwhelmed. I think it's an OU like Scarm and Corv and Hippo and, you know, Slowbro if it ever returns to OU and, you know, the whole gauntlet. But it's going to be good in UU. I'm going to go ahead and put it behind the two dragons, above. You know what? No, behind the Nidos. Yeah. No, there you go. Yeah. I think right in the middle of B tier is perfect for it. Naturally, D tier is going to be probably the biggest list because there are a lot of bottom dwellers, but I didn't really expect there to be more B tier than C tier, so we might have to rearrange some, or it might just help out that we're getting things like Regirock, Regice, and Reggie Steel. Regirock might be a bit more of an NU option this generation, honestly. Didn't really gain much as far as I can tell. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it's still going to be a solid stealth rocker for those standards. I rank it above Armaldo, Cradily, and whatchamacallit? Oh my god, Relicanth. Sorry, Relicanth. I think I rank it a bit above Agron as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put it ahead of no, I'll put it ahead of, no, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it above Jinx. It's just a solid stealth rocker last generation for a while. It offers a ton of utility to be used on weather teams, and you know, no, I'll put it behind Jinx. It's fine. Yeah, no, alright, that's just better. I think that feels bright anyway. Next up we have Regice with heavy duty boots. I think it's gonna be great. I actually think with the coverage it has in heavy duty boots, it might be very viable in RU. I'm gonna go ahead and rank it kind of similarly to Articuno. Oh yeah, and use the Southwest Regice. If you don't know the meme, then, well, you know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put it above Articuno. Yeah, that's fitting for it. Shout out to the Regice Studio if you're watching this. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Next up, finally something to put in C tier. We got Reggie Steel. Reggie Steel is gonna be great this generation. I feel like, you know, bulky stealth rocker, can protect leftovers, and a ton of utility moves. It has nice longevity despite lacking a direct recovery move besides rest. You run curse sets. I feel like that's great. Yeah. It'll probably be an RU Pokemon like it has been the last couple generations. I could see it maybe having some UU viability just because it checks things like Metagross sort of, and Dragonite, Salomon, but even then the coverage boost can hit it, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, no. Next up we have Latios and Latios. I'm gonna go ahead and put Latios below Blaziken and Latios ahead of Blaziken. Without Pursuit being in the tier, these two can roam free and do so many amazing things, especially because they can access Mystical Fire and Aura Sphere. It's going to be hard to keep these Pokemon in check. You can use things like, you know, Special Defensive Corviknight, or I guess even AV Metagross, but even there's like one-time check-in and there's no Pursuit. And honestly, I could see Latios being uber very quickly. So we'll have to stay tuned to see what happens there. But yeah, no, I think these Pokemon are definitely going to squarely be OU. Latios might fall to UU initially, but it'll be very broken there. And as for Latios, it's going to be really good. It's going to be one of the best Pokemon. It might get suspended some. I don't know. I really don't like Theory Mounting. But you have to wait and see for sure. Spiritom's next off. As for Spiritomb, I think it's a solid option. Without Pursuit, it loses a lot of viability. It still is, you know, only weak to Fairy type, but it doesn't really resist a ton either. It has some immunities, but, you know, it doesn't really do a ton. I feel like it's kind of meant to be an NU bottom dweller like it was last generation. Ultimately, I'm going to go ahead and put it, nah, not too far. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and now we're seeing D rank hit 2 levels. I don't love that. It's fine though. Garchomp's next up. Garchomp's gonna be a great OU option. We go ahead and put it ahead of Latias. Yeah, that's fine. Strong mixed attacker. You can run some berries from Life Orb, leftovers, whatever the hell you want to do. Rock, Stalk, Swords Dance, mixed attacker, choice band, choice scarf. It's gonna be great. It's Garchomp. It's OU. You know, you already know the drill. I hope. And if not, then well, definitely stay tuned to see me using Garchomp, my signature Pokemon, in the near future. Next up, we got Evire. Evire sucks. Next up, we have Macmortar. Macmortar sucks a bit less with heavy duty boots now. It's going to be a pretty cool option. It was great in NU with Z moves last generation. Boots is going to make it even better. I see it being kind of an RU option. I honestly do. The coverage is great. The defensive typing is a bit better than Mono Electric is in terms of resisting fairy, resisting grass, you know. And all in all, I think I could see it falling into D, but right now, you know what? Actually, without Z moves, yeah, I think D is better. I'll put it behind Sceptile. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I guess it wants me to put it at now. We're gonna find a way. Yeah, we found a way. Okay, that's cool. Next up we have Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf. As for Uxie, Wuxie, Bootsy. What am I saying? Oh my god. UXIE. As for UXIE, it's a good utility Pokemon. Stealth Rock, Screens, U-Turn, Psychic. You can run Subcom Mind, you can run Combine Rest, you can run like Trick Scarf, Trick Orb, whatever you want to do. But it's really not great. I see it being okay in NU, honestly. Not like too amazing, but it'll get the job done, and I think that's where it will reside. As for Mesprit, I kind of rate it similarly, but it's more offensive, less defensive. I'm gonna go ahead and put it above the. Go ahead and put it above UXIE, but not much higher. It kind of one, like two of the kind, if you will. You know, just like Nidoking to Nidoqueen, if you will. That's basically how I view them. But Azelf is definitely gonna be a bit better. It's gonna be a nice Suicide Stealth Rocker over with the abundance of heavy duty boots and the fact that Defog is running rampant. I'm actually gonna put it in C. Yeah, no. I'm gonna put it in C instead of in a B. I know it can run like nasty plot sets and whatnot, which can be really threatening, but you know, I still feel like things keep it in check. There's enough speed control, and I'm probably gonna eat these words. It's probably gonna be in B in almost everyone's list. That's all fine and well, but it's still really frail. So yeah. Next up, finally, we have Heatran. Oh, thank God for Heatran. Oh, thank goodness gracious. Heatran. I love you so much, Heatran. Thank you, Heatran. Thank you. Yes, Heatran. Thank you. Let's take a couple seconds of silence for Heatran. Okay. So, the thing is that we had Volcarona without hidden power, we had Clefable, we had Toxapex, we had Rillaboom, we had Amoongull, Tangrowth, all these things that Heatran absolutely demolishes. You know, be with the Magmas, Drum set of utility sets, Tox, whatever the hell you want. Heatran. And there's just no Heatran in the damn tier. It kills me. It killed me. It crushes me. So finally, we have it back. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, how OU missed Heatran. And now we have our beloved Frog of Fire back. Is it a frog? I don't know. Frog, dog, bird? What the hell is it? I don't care. Thank God for Heatran. Oh, how I missed you, Heatran, my beloved. Okay. The ode to Heatran's over. Reggie is a bad Pokemon. Next, Cresselia, a great utility option in lower tiers. I see it being in kind of another good commander in RU. No Pursuit does help it, but I mean, it doesn't really help it a ton. It wasn't really weak to Pursuit anyway. I mean, it was weak, but like it wasn't weak. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right below Azelf there. Victini's next with heavy duty boots. I think it's gonna run some nice cool mixed sets in OU. I'm gonna go ahead and put it above Salomon in Dragonite, but I'm probably gonna regret that. Boots are so nice for it though. Even nice with these two, it's like a nice pivot now, so I'll give it a go. I'll probably end up regretting it. I'll probably want to misplace half these Pokemon, but it's fine. Audino, it's like the lowliest wish passer ever. I'll go ahead and give it some love in D rank, but not gonna be like the lowest rank. It's gonna be yeah, that's fine. I'll put it behind Evire above Absol, it's fine. Caracosta, Stealth Rocker, Extraordinaire, Shell Smashing, Goat. Well, it's definitely not almost star, but it's got a lot going for it. It's definitely higher than some, like, you know, the rockers down here because of the Shell Smash up. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right above Agron. Yeah, right above Agron. Yeah, I think this is kind of like the fringe rocker category. And speaking of fringe rockers, we also have Archops, but I think Archops is the highest. It'll love having heavy duty boots. I think it's actually gonna be really good in the NU tier. actually gonna put it in RU. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Archaps is great. It's got high speed tier, good offensive coverage. It can do a lot of things that work out nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a go. Yeah, no, I think that'll work nicely. Yeah, I'm just trying to think as to what else we could make work in Archaps. It's kind of weird, to be honest. I don't know what to make of it, in all honesty, but hey, it's fine. I think that's enough to make it RU viable. Boots alone. Yeah, honestly, same for Craggle. It'll be a good spinner. I think it's spinning you more often than not, but it does provide a ton of utility. Freeze dry, it's fast, it's some offense. It does lose hidden power, which sucks, but you know, Boots plus spin, it goes a long way. So yeah. Tornadus, again, it's Tornadus I, not Tornadus T. Tornadus T I'd put like here. Tornadus I though, it's gonna be, yeah, I think that's right. Boots will help it, but it's, you know what? Nah, yeah, it's just not strong enough to like not run Specs or boosting item and be super strong in a deal like UU. I feel like we'll see things like Raiku, maybe Metagross, you know, some stealth rockers that can keep it in check nicely. So yeah. Whew. Sorry, I'm tired. Thunderous Eye is going to be an OU Pokemon probably again. I don't think it's much better than... Oh, actually, with Boots it probably is. Yeah, Nasty Pot's such going to be... Oh, but lose hidden power. Oh. It's going to be a weird Pokemon. I'm putting it right above Victini. Actually, no, I'll put it right behind Zapdos. Yeah, without hidden power, it's so weird. It doesn't get like a flying move like Hurricane like Zapdos does, honestly. I could see it being UU, but I'll give it the nod and OU this gen to see its Pranks utility. Nasty Plot, still gonna like Focus Blast plus Thunderbolt plus Grass Knot, which hits everything besides, you know, Garchomp and Landorus T. Again, we're not ranking Thunderous and T, Landorus T, and Tornadus T. We'll make a video on those, I guess. Landorus I, Sheer Force, it's gonna be Ubers. Even without Celestial, it'll be Ubers. You know what, I'll even put it above Pheromosa. I'll put it behind Mosa. No, I'll put it above, I guess I'll put it above Mosa. Okay, well, it gets above Mosa then. Next up, we have Tarantum. It's going to be cool in like RU. It doesn't really gain or lose anything as far as I can see. I'm actually going to put it ahead of Entei. Yeah, no. And then we have Aurorus. It's cool freeze dryer. It benefits from Boots. It can run Brock. It can run Snow Warning or Refrigerate. It's going to be cool. I'll say it's going to be right above Regis. I think that's fine because offensive potential. Carbink is garbage. It's a stealth rocket that's bulky, but it doesn't really do crap. So I'm going to put it like right below. Yeah, I'll put it right below there. Zygarde is back and better than ever. Kinda. Those Z moves. It's cool. I'm gonna put it right above Chomp. Yeah, I honestly think it's not gonna be broken this gen with Bulu and Rillaboom and a whole, you know, Tangrowth and Slowbro and, you know, Suicune. A lot of things beat it. It doesn't really have the ability to run as much as he could. Like, it doesn't have the offensive Z move set, so it's really like the defensive sets. Glare and Toxic are obviously obnoxious. Rest can be, but yeah, I don't think it's amazing. I think it's just pretty good. Next up, we have the Diancie. Regular Diancie. It's gonna be cool in lower tiers for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right kind of where it was last gen. Yeah, it's kind of a solid RU Pokemon for sure. Canyon with Boots, it'll be helpful, but it's not like break OU, it'll be UU. I'm gonna go ahead and put it yeah, I'll put it here. Actually, I'll put it above Raiku just because Raiku is kind of mediocre without Hidden Bar Ice. You know what? Honestly, I think I'm doing Raiku too much justice. I'm going to put it all the way at the bottom here. No, actually, no. Raiku I'm moving to C. I don't think without Hidden Bar Ice is going to be as good. Skull just doesn't do the same trick. It honestly doesn't. Coco with Rising Voltage is going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, this shit's probably going to break OU. If it doesn't, then it's going to be one of the best. We're going to go ahead and put it right above Latios here. And Lele, we're going to put right above Coco because Expanding Force, it's a little weaker, but it's still so strong because it's off a stronger special attack, so it's even more. Specs, Expanding Force can 2-hit kill Blissey. Like, what are we thinking here? This Pokemon is going to be broken. That's a wrap. There's nothing else to say about it. I don't want to put it in S yet because, you know, it's not broken yet, because the tier doesn't exist yet. So, yeah. Then we have Bulu to kind of get to the third of the Tapu gang. It's going to be really good. It has Grassy Glide, but it's a lot of things that are able to wall it. You know, Tran, Zapdos, Latios, and Latias, you know, other fire types. I don't think it's going to Tangrowth. You know, I don't think it's going to be broken. It's going to be really good. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. Yup. Between Garchomp and Latias. And Finny. Finny deserves some love, too. It's still going to be solid. It's going to get, you know what, right above Victini. Yeah. Oh, man, we're losing some footage here. Are we still able to fit everything in? Yeah, all right. Next up, we have Nilego. Nihi is pretty solid. It's going to be like an RU Pokemon, I feel like. I don't know. Actually, it kind of beats all the flying types. You know, we'll give it some UU love. We'll put it above. We'll put it behind Tornadus. We'll put it above Tornadus. Yeah, even Boots won't put enough to it. Buzzwole, I think is going to be really good in OU. It's got a ton of coverage moves. It's going to be pretty solid. I'm going to put it behind Victini. Yeah, that's fine. I think it'll be too much for Yu for circuitry. I think it's going to be Yu. It's going to be really good in Yu, though. Yeah, it doesn't have Z moves, so it can be like kept in check, but still, like, it's so strong. It doesn't have hidden power ice, which is helpful at least. So yeah, I think it'll be, you know what? Without a power ice, yeah, I'm going to put it here. Celesteela. Oh, we're getting Celesteela back. That's great for OU. It helps check things that are in OU. It's definitely be solid. It's going to face some competition, though, so it's not going to be as good as this generation as last. I'll put it behind. Yeah, I'll put it there. That works. Kartana with Grassy Glide as well. Kartana's going to be great. I'll put it right behind Bulu, honestly. Not right above. Not right behind. No right. I don't know. It's hard. It doesn't get Z moves. So yeah, we'll see there. Guzzlord. Guzzlord? Is that what you call it? I forget. Oh my god, I think it's Guzzlord. It was good in NU last gen. It'll be good in NU this gen. Yeah, no, sure, why not? I'll put it above. I'll put it below them. Yeah, I'll put it below them. Taka. It's gonna be really freaking good in UU, I feel. Yeah, no, I mean, this is completely arbitrary. I really could be wrong here. And last but not least, Procephalon without Pursuit is gonna be really freaking dangerous as well. Yeah, alright. This might look, no, I'm putting it behind Zapdos. Yeah, it's fine. This looks weird, I guess, but it's kind of what I think of these Pokemon. We got through it in like, what, a half hour has it been? Yeah, 35 minutes, jeez. Let me know your thoughts on this list. What would you rank differently? And yeah, no, I'm so tired. But these are my rankings. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out Janvet's book. Leave some of your thoughts in the comments, of course, and have a great day. All right, peace, guys. Bye.